Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. This is biology session. You are watching Diversity in Plant Kingdom part 1. So children, in the previous lesson we have discussed about the classification of living organisms under the system proposed by Whittaker, that is in 1969 system. According to him, 5 kingdoms classification. What are the 5 kingdoms? Kingdom Monera, Kingdom Protista, Kingdom Fungi, Kingdom Animalia and Kingdom Plantae. So in this chapter we will deal in detail with the further classification within the kingdom Plantae, popularly known as plant kingdom. So we must stress here that our understanding of the plant kingdom has changed over time. Fungi and members of Monera and Protista class having the cell walls have now been excluded from Plantae through earlier classifications, put them in the same kingdom. In the earlier classification it was put them in the same Plantae kingdom, that is Monera, Protista and fungi. Okay, so the cyanobacteria that are also referred to as blue-green algae are not algae anymore. So in this chapter we will describe Plantae under algae, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, Gymnosperms and Angiosperms. Are you ready children? Let us proceed. R.H. Whittaker organized the organisms into 5 kingdoms. What are they? He classified the organisms on the basis of cell structure, mode, the source of nutrition and body design. The 5 kingdoms proposed by Whittaker are Monera, Protista, fungi, Plantae and Animalia. So plant kingdom or Plantae, the kingdom Plantae includes all the plants on the earth. Okay, if you see the characteristic features, all plants are multicellular, eukaryotes and consist of a rigid cell wall, a rigid structure that surrounds the cell membrane called the cell wall. The plants also have a green colored pigment called chlorophyll, which is very important for photosynthesis, isn't it children? Okay, if you look into the classification within the angiosperms to understand some of the concerns that influenced the classification systems, the earliest systems of classifications used only the superficial morphological characters such as habit, color, number and shape of leaves, etc. And they were based mainly on the vegetative characters. Okay, so characteristics of plant kingdom, if you see, the plant kingdom has the following characteristic features. They are non-motile, they cannot move, they usually reproduce sexually, they follow the autotrophic mode of nutrition. With the help of chlorophyll pigment they undergo photosynthesis. So the mode of nutrition in plants is autotrophic. The plants are multicellular eukaryotes with cell wall and vacuoles. Another important characteristic features, the plants contain photosynthetic pigment called chlorophyll in special structures called plastids, chloroplasts. The plants have different organelles for anchorage, means fixing in the soil, that is root system, and the separate organelles for reproduction, support, and photosynthesis. Okay, kingdom Plantae. So what is the necessity of kingdom Plantae or classification of kingdom Plantae? What is the necessity? The first one, by classifying the organisms, they are divided into large as well as small groups so that one can easily get an idea about the groups and the individual type. Okay, this is the advantage of classification. The second advantage is scientific identification and naming of organism is possible here. So by means of the scientific naming, the name of that particular species will be understood evenly in the entire world, because the common names, local names may cause some confusion. Okay, by means of scientific naming and identification, it is worldwide that species can be recognized, identified easily. Okay, so it becomes easy to study also. Okay, the third advantage of classification, the classification helps to understand the process of organic evolution. Okay, the history, how it is evolved. Okay, if you see basically the plant classification, they are divided into algae, okay, non-vascular landed plants called mosses, the pteridophyta, the seedless vascular plants there, ferns example. Okay, the next gymnosperms, they possess the pollen and the naked seeds. They are also called conifers, gymnosperms. And angiosperms, they possess flowers and fruits. They are flowering plants. Okay, so we can divide the plants into vascular plants like ferns and the seed plants. Okay, non-vascular plants, so example these thallophytes and bryophytes. Okay, let us discuss in detail the types of plant kingdom classification. There are many different kinds of plants in the world. They show a great diversity, from single-celled microscopic ones to multicellular huge trees. Okay, the broadly plants can be divided into two main groups, the flowering plants and the non-flowering plants. Flowering plants, as the name suggests, they bear flowers, fruits. Common examples, if you take mango, neem, peepal, lotus, rose, sunflower, grass, cycas, pine, etc. They are all flowering plants. Okay, so for example here a conifer, and a beautiful flowering plant. Okay, so basically the plants are broadly divided into two main groups, the flowering and the non-flowering. First, from simple to complex, let us study. First, non-flowering plants. Non-flowering plants do not bear flowers, the name itself is indicating. They include bacteria, algae, mushroom, mosses and ferns. Okay, bacteria, fungi, mosses and ferns. the common names. Okay, here see algae, moss plant. The moss plants you can see generally during rainy season or winter season, they will grow on the bricks or on the walls, a green luster layer, shiny layer. Okay, the moss plants, they are called bryophytes. The leaves of ferns, if you take ferns, they are called pteridophytes. The leaves of ferns are called fronds. Scientists estimate that some species of ferns have been around for over 350 million years. Okay. Next, conifers, gymnosperms, they are also called. The conifers often have needle-shaped leaves. Needle-shaped leaves. The needles are tough, don't dry out, evergreen, and will not easily fall off in high winds. This helps the conifers to survive in the different climatic conditions like very cold, windy, and dry climates also. Okay, the specific feature of conifers. See here, this is a fern. Okay, the fern shows special type of leaves called fronds. Okay, they possess spores, and the conifers, you can see here. Okay, needle-shaped leaves. These are the mosses and algae. Okay, the classification of plants, non-flowering plants we are discussing. The first, bacteria. If you see the characteristic feature of bacteria, bacteria are unicellular, microscopic, and occur everywhere. They are the bacteria are such organisms which can survive in different kinds of environment, in air, in water, in soil, and the food we eat, under a very salty conditions, under very cold conditions, under very high temperature conditions, they can survive. Okay, the shape of the bacteria may be spherical, round, rod shape, spiral, different shapes. Okay, some bacteria can make their own food. Okay, they are called photosynthetic bacteria, whereas other cannot prepare their own food. They are parasitic in nature. Okay, so this is a typical bacterium figure. You can see the bacteria are prokaryotic, means there is no true nucleus, only the genetic material in the form of chromosome, or we can call it as nucleoid. Okay, no, nucleus is not surrounded by nuclear membrane, it's primitive, and it shows some cell organelles like ribosomes, food granules. The plasmid or DNA is present, the cytoplasm is present, cell wall is another organelle, plasma membrane, and the capsule or slime layer. Okay, and it possesses a locomotory structure like flagellum and small structures like pili. Okay, it is a prokaryotic. Actually, later the bacteria were placed in the Monera kingdom. Okay, so previously it was there in the plants itself because of presence of that cell wall. Cell wall is the unique or the characteristic feature of the plants. Okay, so bacteria, fungi are also included in the plant kingdom because of presence of a cell wall. Okay, later some analysis was done by the scientists, proved that the cell wall of the plant cell is different from the cell wall of these fungi and bacteria. The composition of cell wall, the chemical composition. Okay, the cellulose was absent in the cell wall of this bacterium as well as in the fungi. Okay, Bacterial cell wall is composed of a special substance called peptidoglycans. Okay, peptidoglycan. Okay. So now come to the next algae. Algae found in water. They are aquatic in nature, contain chlorophyll, and because of presence of it, they are autotrophic, prepare their own food. So many these may be algae may be unicellular or filamentous. Unicellular example Chlamydomonas, filamentous algae example Spirogyra. Okay, and fungi. So here the concept we are learning in the introductory part. Okay, fungi, these are non-green plants. They are non-green due to the lack of chlorophyll, and they cannot prepare their own food. They live on the dead, decaying or decomposing organic matter. So that's why fungi, they are called saprophytic organisms. Okay, so you can see algae and fungi, they belongs to the separate category Thallophyta. Thallus means thread like. These are thread like organisms. Okay, thallophytes are the primitive plants where the body is not differentiated into root, stem or leaves. Okay, such plants are called thallophytes, whose body is thread like. Okay, so algae and fungi are included in the Thallophyta. Okay, next Bryophyta. The Bryophyta, they are generally called marsh plants. These are amphibious plants, the first landed plants, green in color, green plants found in moist and shady places. And the next Pteridophyta. Pteridophyta are also called ferns. These are also green plants, non-flowering, found in cool shady places. And now come to non-flowering plants divided into Thallophyta and Bryophyta. Thallophyta include algae and fungi, and next Bryophyta. Bryophyta include moss plants. And next Pteridophyta. Pteridophyta include ferns. Okay, now come to flowering plants. Flowering plants are also called seed bearing plants. They are called angiosperms. Okay, these may be divided into two categories, that is gymnosperms and angiosperms. Gymnosperms include the plants bearing seeds without fruits, okay, but no fruits. Example for gymnosperms, Cycas pinus. Okay, they are conifers. Okay, and they possess naked seeds. Gymnosperms possess naked seeds. So this is the moss plant. You can find okay, Funaria example, moss plant, common example. They are very green in color. They grow on the walls, moist and shady places. You can find them. Their body is divided into foot, seta and capsule, 3 parts. Okay, next ferns. Okay, common fern, pteridophyte. They possess leaves, special leaves called fronds with sori or spores beneath it. And these are the conifers. Conifer gymnosperms, they possess cones. Okay, so this is the introductory part. Okay, thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.